I got a lot of movies around here somewhere. Hello everyone, and welcome back to a collection update. I know it's only been a few weeks, but I've been going to flea markets and yard sales like crazy, and I finally get to go to that Goodwill that I used to work at and shop. And I've been looking for stuff to buy, but I also find stuff to buy to keep for the collection, because I'm a collector, you know what I mean? That's one thing hard to do, is collect and sell at the same time too. So you gotta pick and choose a little bit on some things. It's even with toys and movies and other things, trying to buy things that I don't want to keep, you know what I mean? But then there's some things I know that could sell movie wise or toy wise, and sometimes I want it, sometimes I don't. Anyway, let's get into this update. First thing I'm going to show you, we went out of town one day, and well, really this is, well, I'm gonna throw, I don't know what I'm doing right now. I'm going to put this in here. NFL Extreme. This is the VHS. I got VHS, I got Blu-Rays, and I got DVDs. Just all mixed order. I always pick these up for my collection. You know this. This came from the YMCA thrift. Only a quarter. That was the very first one that I picked up. This one came from eBay. This is Metal, A Headbanger's Journey. It's a good documentary on, what else? Heavy metal music. From the 80s all the way up to like the early 2000s. I really like this one. I seen it online and watched it, and I got back online and ordered it because I like to have a physical copy, you know what I mean? Anyway, we like I said, we went to so many different flea markets. I don't know which one this one came from, or I think this one came from Pipestem. CLOVERFIELD. It's on Blu-ray right here. I have the second one. The third one's not that good, but the second one's pretty good. This one's a lot different. All of them are different, but I really enjoyed this one. It's been a while since I've seen it. It's more kind of like that found footage stuff, I believe this one was. Had that chick from Dexter, I believe, played in it too. So yeah, and this was, I think, only $1, so I had to pick it up. And this one was only $1. I don't know why it's never been in my collection until now, but it finally is. The Shining. Yeah, I'd like to have it on Blu-ray, but it was $1. The next two, I didn't even pick up. Rousey picked them up at the Dollar Tree of all places. You know, Dollar Trees have Blu-rays and DVDs for $1. She picked this one up as Trick or Treat. No, there's so many different Trick or Treat movies, and this is not the newer one that came out a few years ago, and it's not the one from the 80s, I don't think. Yeah, we'll have to check this one out, but it does look pretty cool. She picked it up, and she picked up a documentary for me called Just for Kicks. We watched this the other night. It's really cool. Talks about the history of sneakers and stuff, from Adidas to Nike and Jordans and all that stuff, and people that collect and stuff, and just the history of it and everything else. And some people pay a lot of money for shoes, so that's why I'm trying to look for shoes to sell too on eBay, because some of them go pretty pricey. So this is kind of like a guide to trying to find some of these cool ones here to sell. And that was it from the Dollar Tree. The last so many, well, let's go to these. These are VHS. When I was working at that Goodwill, I saw these tapes come in, and I had to price them and put them out. I couldn't buy them at the time, and it broke my heart. But then I found out there's a reseller that was buying every one of them, and I got in with him and talked to him. And when I quit, the first day I quit, I went to the Goodwill. I met him up there, and I told him I wanted these two tapes because he was putting them on eBay. Cut me a deal on them, and the first one is Shinobi Ninja. Looks really cool. I don't know if this is on DVD or what, but I just had to have it mainly for the artwork. Really cool. I love the ninja films in generally. And this one, I have the second one that I found at Salvation Army one time for a quarter, I think it was, or maybe it was even 10 cents. I think that's when they was 10 for $1 or whatever. But I never had the first one, and I loved this movie growing up when I was a kid. They call me Bruce. Yeah, I have They Still Call Me Bruce is the sequel, so now I have both of them. And I think the Mountain Flipper, if you're ever on eBay, look up Mountain Flipper for VHS and everything else cool. He's got all kinds of stuff. The last so many here. Well, these two right here come from Big Lots. Let's go to Big Lots now. Sand Sharks with Brooke Hogan. Yeah, Brooke Hogan of all people. Yeah, Sand Sharks. We watched this one. This one is out there. I mean, it's exactly what it sounds like. The sharks coming up through the sand. I don't know if this was ever on Sci-Fi Channel or what, but these things looked horrible. It was just comedy all around more than anything. Special effects, you know. Sometimes you just got to watch a good cheesy film, and if you want to watch a good shark one, Sand Sharks is a pretty good one. And Blood Beach, it was kind of like Blood Beach was in the 80s. I don't know when they made that, and I didn't even know Brooke Hogan was in movies, but she apparently was. And the second one we got from there was called Martha. This has got Elizabeth Olsen in it. We watched this one too with my son Ace when he was over. Really messed up film. It's like this girl that just escaped. Well, she didn't really escape. Well, she did escape later, but she just got in with a cult and everything, kind of like a cult, and escaped and went to her sister's, and she was just kind of messed up in the head about some stuff. So yeah, it's not exactly what I thought. The ending was really weird. It just ended abruptly, and I hate when stuff like that happens, but it was alright. It's not something I'd watch a whole lot. Maybe in a few years I might watch it again. Speaking of the Goodwill, like we was talking earlier, I finally get to go to that Goodwill now. I finally get to buy stuff, and I bought quite a bit there so far. The first two is when I was still working there. I told the woman that they had these films and pick them up, and I was sitting in the car one day. You know how that goes. Cheech and Chong, things are tough all over. VHS, love this movie growing up. It could be on DVD or whatever, but it was $1, so I told her to pick it up. And yes, I still do watch VHS. I got a VCR in the bedroom, and I will watch VHS every once in a while. So I still collect some of the cool ones, and best of the best right here too. This is of course a buck too, from the Goodwill that I used to work at. And Rousey just picked this one up because she says it's cool. Scooby-Doo and the Alien Invaders, right there on the big clamshell. Not really wanting these on clamshell on VHS. They're on DVD and Blu-Rays, and they're cheap there too, but these are even cheaper. So this was a buck. So she said, throw it in the cart, let's get it. Okay, these last so many are still coming from that Goodwill. Be My Valentine, Charlie Brown DVD. I think I know I have the Halloween one, and I think I have the Christmas one. I think I need the Thanksgiving one, but this is Valentine's. I don't remember seeing this, but probably once I pop it in and watch it, I probably remember having it. Another one I picked up there was Predator 2. I have the first Predator, and I love the first Predator. I've only seen this one probably one time, and it's been a very long time ago. It's not as great as the first, of course, but for $1.49 is what their DVDs are there. I decided to get this one and check it out, and it is like a special edition. It's got an extra disc and everything, so that's pretty cool. Another movie, I haven't seen this one yet. This is a Blu-ray. It's got Jennifer Lawrence in it. It's called Joy. It looked good. I remember seeing that trailer a few years ago when it first came out, and I said I'd like to check this one out. So I grabbed it one day when I went into the Goodwill hunting down some deals. The next one we did watch, Alien Covenant. This one was really good. I always loved alien movies. A lot of people crap on some of the newer ones, but I really enjoyed this one. Rousey and my son Ace, we watched it together, and he enjoyed it too, and so did Rousey. So this was a really good find right here, I thought. Next one is a 2-pack, and I had the first one but didn't have the second one, so now I got 2 of the first one, which I'm going to end up selling on eBay probably. It's called Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure and The Bogus Journey, and of course there's a part 3 out that I haven't seen that one. I think that one's called Face the Music. But anyway, now I got these 2 together on a 2-pack. Saves a lot of room on the shelf. Next one was Factory Sealed, lucky number 11. This was a good movie too. We watched this one when Ace was over. He stayed for a whole week. You believe that, gangsters? And we watched a movie every night. Lucky Number 11. Let's see, Bruce Willis, Morgan Freeman, Josh Harden, Lucy Liu. It was just a really good movie. It's got a really good twist at the end of it too. Very, very, very good movie. I'm glad I picked it up. And it was factory sealed. I've seen this one. This has been a few years ago when it came out. Anthony Hopkins and what's his name? Barice Del Toro, whatever his name is, the Wolf Man. I'm not good at these wild names. Ben Tos. Shit, I don't know. The Wolf Man. We watched this the other night when Ace was here. He thought it was a little tad too long. So did Rousey, but I always liked it. I love the atmosphere in this movie. I love the stuff set in the 1800s and stuff like that with these old movies, just like Sleepy Hollow and stuff like that. But the Wolfman, this one is pretty good, I think, and I'd like to see them make more of them. I don't know. This next one, I don't know why it's never been in my collection, but it is now. It's Ferris Bueller's Day Off. All these come from Goodwill. A funny story is I went to my first ever date when I was in, I think, 4th grade. Yeah, I went with a girl, and of course a girl, but her name was Toni, though, T-O-N-I, and I went to see Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I remember her sister was driving us there and dropped us off. See, back then, you could be 4th grade, and they'd drop you off to see a movie, and nobody would try to kidnap you or anything, or do anything weird to you or whatever. Nowadays you got to watch your kids a lot more, but we watched this back in the day, and I can just always remember when I see this movie, I was eating Twizzlers, and yeah, that little relationship probably lasted like 3 days in school. You know how them school things go. The next thing, Cameron Diaz, The Box. Never seen this one. I remember seeing the trailer to it though, and wanted to check it out. And another Goodwill purchase, $1.49. Why not? Weird movie, but good in some parts, and then some parts is like, what the hell? Anyway, these last few come from a yard sale. I think every one of them was $1 a piece. First one's got John Cena in it. It's called Blockers. This was a funny movie. We watched this too when Ace was over. Like I said, we watched the movie every night, and it was good that we were going through some of these newer ones before I did the video, so I could talk about it a little bit. Funny movie. Really funny movie. I needed some more comedies in my collection, so I had to grab that one, and I'm glad I did. It was a really good one. This one, yes, it's been out for many moons, and I haven't watched it, and still haven't watched it yet, but we're going to get around to watching it, the whole 9 yards. I think they made a sequel. I'm not for sure. It's one of these snapper cases. This one was factory sealed and 50 cents at this yard sale. For some reason, all the other DVDs were $1. But the one that was brand new, factory sealed, was 50 cents. Go figure. Daddy's Home 2. This one, Mark Wahlberg. It's got Will Ferrell. It's got John Lithgow and Mel Gibson. We've seen this one before. We don't have the first one, but it is a pretty funny film, so we decided to grab that one. Next one is, I guess, kind of like a remake, Overboard. It's another comedy. And we haven't checked this one out yet. We might watch this one tonight. Gotta have some giggles in your life every once in a while, you know? And another comedy, Life of the Party. What's this chick named Melissa McCarthy? We watched this one. I think we rented this one before, like a year or two ago when we was living in the apartment before we moved. And it was $1, so I figured to go ahead and grab it for the collection too. I needed more comedies in my collection. But the next few are some VHS, and they were at a yard sale on the way towards a flea market we was going to, and they were $1 a piece, and they bring me back to my childhood. I used to love these movies growing up. I ain't watched none of them since then, probably, and I could probably watch them, probably be a little corny in some parts. The Adventures of the Wilderness Family. Yeah, loved these movies when I was growing up. I posted a picture on Instagram, and old JT said, I didn't think you'd be into that. I don't know what that meant, but it's good, wholesome family movies. That's the Wilderness Family and Wilderness Family Part 2. I don't remember all the people that's in these movies, but They were out in the woods, out in the forest. Woods and forest is the same thing, but depending on which place you want to call it. Way up in the mountains, snowy and stuff, fighting against bears and all that crazy stuff. And then there was another one called Mountain Family Robinson. Same people and stuff, but I'm not for sure which order they went into. Did these first two come together first and then it was this, or was it this and this? I have to look it up so I can watch it in order, but I will watch them on that VCR in the bedroom. A lot of people say, well, you still collect VHS for? Just get DVDs and Blu-rays, because sometimes you get better deals, and why not? When you have a VCR, you can still watch it sometimes. So it's a sickness, and I can't help it. I still have to buy the VHS. You know, mainly, I try to stick to Blu-rays. Didn't get a whole lot of Blu-rays this time, but we've been a lot of yard sales, a lot of flea markets, and Goodwill. Yeah, I'm definitely be going back to Goodwill quite a bit and picking up movies. For $1.49, why not? That's it for this collection update. Thanks for watching. Give me a comment at the bottom if you like any of these movies, or you think some of them are gay or whatever, or you just tickled the pink to just watch my video and enjoy me showing you what I got, because other people on the internet do the same thing too. I just like to show it in the collection. Till next time.